I used to say to my children, sometimes I need to listen to my own words. Um, when I would ask them to do something and I don't want to, I don't like it. And I would say to them, well, you might not like it, but you need to do it anyway.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like matter of fact, you just need to do it anyway.
That's right.
You
Behavioral
know,
level intervention there. Yeah, you just got to do it.
just the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should add that. I should add that to my little like spiel that I give like my new clients just at the end. And there's behavioral, and you just have to do it. I don't care if you don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's just for like a minute, even if it's just, and then the comfort level, it's like for me, meditation is just so hard for me. And I don't feel like I have to clear my mind, but it's about sitting with it. It's about sitting at all, sitting still, being still.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. And it's
No.
many times triggering and it's many times super uncomfortable. So I've had to learn how to have parameters around it, know that it's not just about the 5 or 10 minutes that I sit sit still. It's a matter of I need to prepare myself, like take 20 minutes to maybe go for a walk, kind of process what I'm going to do next, then do it, and then have some time afterwards. It's like how I do my art too, right? So, so that it's full spectrum. It's not just doing that one thing.
Right. Yeah. It's hard to do those activating things. Like if I were just to get up and dance right now, it would not, I just, so much of me would say no. But the fact that we're laughing and talking about it, like honestly, as you were talking in my mind, I'm like, maybe I'll try dancing for a minute. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to record it. But I'm in a better state to do so because I've been interacting, and even though it's on screens, there's a level of co-regulation. We're sharing laughter and smiles, and so I'm more able to do something that's otherwise a complete no for me. And I think same thing with meditation, or like when I do therapy, a lot of it's mindfulness, and we're looking inward and we're naming feelings and things that are difficult to do. But I find that when people can first ground themselves in safety, and it's something as simple as, I find like memories to be really, really, really helpful, even for people who have a difficulty remembering a thing. There's usually a memory, there's something. And if I can be specific with like feelings like calm, happiness, playfulness, like, can you think of a time when you felt something along these lines? They'll go way, way, way back and say, yeah, when I was whatever. Like I had a client recently say, when I was 13, I would spend time on a farm. I remember walking through the asparagus field. So he had these concrete memories attached to safety and who he was with and what it felt like and his age. And so then I can ask him, like, can you feel those again now? And can you describe them right now on an emotional level? And then in your body, like, how do you feel in your body? How's your breathing right now? And so that takes 5 minutes, maybe. It can be, but that's a guided thing. It's in therapy. There's a co-regulation happening. So all these pieces help along with that, but it can be a pretty rapid thing. Like I know for me, if I was to want to meditate and like focus on something that's more difficult, I know if I think back to Little League playing outfield and just standing there in the grass and waiting for the ball to come to me, that feels fantastic. Like I can feel that peacefulness. I can remember being a pitcher and like winning a game. And so I can have these feelings come over me and then say, okay, now, I'm better prepared now to go see what else I have inside that might need to come up. So it's all about like grounding and safety first. And then once you can handle it, then feeling into the more difficult stuff, as long as you can maintain safety and balance it out and pendulate. So go back and forth. Like that's so, I think in my opinion, very, very essential to all of this somatic kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was just thinking like that's sort of that's like the EMDR process. That's like the 8 phase protocol, where like phase 2 is just a lot about those types of exercises. Like, either you identify a real calm place for you that you've been to, or you make one up if you don't have access to one.
Yeah.
That's like a really important one just to have. And sometimes I'm not generally like, I don't like to use it in memory processing, but sometimes you have to, right? So the metaphor is sort of like, hey, we're going on this like train ride, and if we need to get off at any time and go to your calm place, we can do that. But hopefully we can kind of get through it. But yeah, that's sort of the idea, is like, if you completely lose access to safety, you're not doing any good trauma work. You need to find that. Those need to be online. You need to be with the memory, not in it. So
yeah. And that's true for meditation as well, right? Just if you're doing your own solo meditation kind of thing, like, do you feel like it's true for that as well? To not get too far into whatever's stuck inside of you, and then like losing access to safety, like that can be re-traumatizing, just like in therapy. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, totally. Exactly. Yeah. I think, I tried the float tank one time, and I don't know what I was thinking.
What is that?
The float, it's like sensory deprivation things.
Okay.
Like 90 minutes of just like lying there and you float in this water. And I was like, why did I think? I actually handled it reasonably okay at the time, but I was pregnant. I was really tired. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, it is kind of crazy to think that we have these set up all over the city, because it's not very trauma informed. Like, how many people can really go there and just be present?
Where do you live? Where?
In Manitoba, Canada.
Oh, so they're all over the city? Like, there's multiple places to find these?
Multiple different companies. I don't know how many locations. Not that many, but they're very accessible.
Wow.
And it is kind of an odd thing, considering how many people I see struggle just to even do a guided meditation, never mind illness. And then you go here for 90 minutes. Like,
wow.
Right?
That's a long time.
90 minutes, yeah. That's longer than a therapy session.
Yeah.
Depends on who you're doing therapy with.
I guess so, yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, totally agree. I think there needs to be, for sure, always like safety pathways. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just dissociating. And I talk about that too. Like, I get so frustrated with so much of like the social media therapy advice, like meditate and like, maybe not ever actually, or not for a long time.
Yeah.
You're activated and then you try to sit still. It's like the last thing your body wants to do. And if you're already shut down, meditate, it's like you're just kind of like dissociating more.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. Yeah.
Right? So,
yeah.
I don't know. Meditation, I feel like, is it's like an end goal intervention.
That's an interesting take. I see where you're coming from.
One of the things that meditation has done for me, to me, kind of depends on, is is that it has allowed memories to come up that were suppressed. Right. And so it gave like open space for, and sometimes safe, sometimes not, but it's allowed some flow to happen. And so it's given me part of my story back. Visuals, experiences, and typically in the visual, and then it comes the emotional, the sensory stuff comes. It's kind of like a two-edged sword for me. I want to remember because I want to heal, but I don't want to re-traumatize myself.
Yeah, right.
And I've also learned that I'm safe in the moment. It's not happening to me right now, even though it feels like it. And that my feelings aren't going to kill me. Because I know those two things, it helps me, be able to process what comes up and allow what comes up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that top-down cognitive, like that reframe. I think the way I kind of frame this is that in of itself is like you're telling your brainstem, hey, like, we're okay. It's a top-down way of self-regulating. I think that can be really, really important. So like earlier we talked about behaviors and thoughts and whatnot, and there's absolutely a role for these things. They can be helpful. It's not the end game, but I think they can be helpful, just like you described.
Yeah. Well, and that's after years and years and years. That doesn't happen in the beginning.
No, you're right.
The memory thing is interesting. It's like it's a bit of a, I don't know, like warning maybe that I give you. I'm like, as you start to access safety more and more and you spend more time there, like our systems are so brilliant. They will suppress things when they know that they're going to overwhelm us. So it's sort of like sometimes people think like, oh, if I'm having these difficult emotions come up, or if I'm having these memories, it means that I must be in a defensive state. And it's like, not always. Like you might be accessing safety, which is allowing these things to show up, right? So it's kind of tricky. It could be from shutdown, or it could be from activation, but you know, it might also just be that now you're spending a lot of time in safety, and now your system's like, great.
Yeah.
Here's some more Let's see
totally.
what you do with it.
Thank you all for the very thought-provoking, fun, smiley, co-regulative discussion. You've gotten me an inch closer to maybe dancing by myself in the dark, secretly, never recorded, but for a minute, maybe, with some curiosity. So you've gotten me that point, right?
And you don't have to tell anybody you did it.
Right.
Keep it to yourself.
Yes.
You can choose your favorite song.
Oh, music's involved too? I guess that makes
maybe
sense.
not. It doesn't have to be.
If it works, if it helps me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If I have I may let the two of you know if you're here next month, if I want to. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right. Thank you both. This is fun.
All right.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Justin. Nice to meet you, Jenna.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.